Hello and welcome back to Clicks on the Side. Today we're going to be doing a 300-point modern theme team based around the soldier keyword. More specifically, we are going to be looking at DC Universe soldiers. And we're going to be starting that off from the Wings of Eagly Iconics set number DCX 16 Peacemaker. This show was a lot better than I thought it was going to be, and I do look forward to. I believe we're getting a season 2. I really hope that we are. I believe James Gunn is working on that, so very much looking forward to it. Let's take a look at what this Peacemaker can do. Peacemaker does have the Suicide Squad team ability, Suicide Squad, Assassin, Martial Artist, and Soldier keywords. Comes in at 70 points, and he does have a nice little trait there called Special Helmets. If Peacemaker is equipped with a number 1 Peacemaker's helmet, when he uses its effect, he may choose a result instead of rolling. And then here is that object, which unfortunately they did not make an object for it. I don't understand that. I mean, it's an Iconics set. You would think it would be in there, but nope, they just gave it a card and did not make an actual piece. But if you do put Peacemaker's helmet on him, you can choose between, if you roll a 1, you can get Screwdriver, which is invulnerability. 2, Anti-Gravity, gives you flight and sidestep. 3 is X-Ray Vision for improved targeting through blocking and through hindering. 4 is a Sonic Boom knockback with knockback pulse wave. 5 is Scabies for all, poison, and they deal penetrating damage when they use it. And if you roll a 6, choose any other results. Now, since it is this Peacemaker, you can actually just choose one of these without even rolling. Odds are I'd probably start off with the invuln, maybe the X-ray vision if needed. Later on in his dial, though, the Scabies for all is definitely my favorite option with that combat reflexes. He does have a special, he starts off with running shot, precision strike, toughness, and a special damage power. Later on, he does pick up stealth with the special attack power and close combat expert. And at the tail end, he picks up running shot again and does have that special damage power. The special attack power, however, it's a grenade taped to a Russian tank shell. Energy explosion, penetrating psychic blast. When Peacemaker uses energy explosion, attack rolls of a 10 or higher are critical hits. So he's only got 3 clicks of that one. And you have to kind of hope he lands on that to be able to use it and that he's not close up, which his other power suggests that you do want him to be close up with the combat reflexes and close combat experts. So it's going to take some finagling to get to there, but if you are able to use that energy explosion, it will be very potent, I believe. And then let's take a look at that special damage power. He does have Outwit and probability control for a very good portion of his dial. One last look. There is Peacemaker from the Wings of Eagly Iconic set. Coming in next and actually being teamed up with Peacemaker from the Masters of Time set, we are looking at rare number 40, Per Degaton. There we go. Per Degaton does have the Hyper Time? Yeah, Hyper Time team ability and the Team Player team ability. Injustice Society, Time Stealers, Future Past, Scientist, and Soldier keywords. Has 3 different point values for this team. He will be at 20 points, and he does have the trait Return to Torment the JSA again and again. Per Degaton starts the game with a Time Disc time disc token for each 20 points of his point value. If Perdegaton has a time disc token when he would be KO'd by an opposing effect, instead turn him to a starting line different than the one he most recently chose, and remove a time disc token from him. Then, if he has no time disc tokens, KO him Protected Pulse Wave. Comes in very handy. He does have flight. He does have a range of 6 with 2 targets, improved movement through blocking and character bases, as well as improved targeting through character bases, and can shoot when adjacent. I would personally start him on click number 9 with the sidestep, Pinsai, super senses, and enhancement. That way he can actually carry Peacemaker around, and Peacemaker can benefit from the enhancement from Perdegaton. As for what he would wildcard, that's going to come up later in the video. He would not take Suicide Squad if I had anything to say about it. Then once he does get knocked out, I'd probably go to click 5 for his second go around. Odds are he's going to be up close by then, so the outwit and the poison could come in handy. But for 20 points, get 6 clicks of Perdegaton. And actually, he does have 2 other traits. Now, he does have History Will Be Ours. During game setup, after your opponent has placed their characters, you may choose an opposing figure and place it into any other square in its starting area. So just some mind games right there. And then he does have Smile. My time disc is recording this. Probability control. When an opposing character misses Perdegaton or rolls a 1 or 2 for his Hyper Time team ability, after resolutions deal them 1 penetrating damage. Yeah, and then if you're not familiar, there is the Hyper Time team ability. It has been a while since we've seen it. When an opposing character that can't use this team ability attempts to move from a non-adjacent square into a square that is adjacent to this character, it must roll a d6. 1 or 2, the opposing character can't move into any square adjacent to this character this turn. So yeah, for 20 points, this guy definitely packs a wallop. And very understandable why he has that silver ring. Up next, but from the Notorious set, we are looking at uncommon number 32, Zod. There we are. And for an uncommon, he does quite a bit. Put him over on this side. And this is the team ability we will probably be copying with Perdegaton, and that is the Superman enemy team ability. Has Kryptonian, Ruler, and Soldier keywords. 90 points, improved targeting through hindering, a range of 5 with 1 target, and he does have a trait, Kneel Before Zod. Free. Choose an opposing character within 4 squares and line of fire. Both you and that character's controller roll 2d6s. If the chosen character is less than 90 points, increase your result by +2. If your result is higher, give that character an action token. If you can't give them an action token, deal them 1 unavoidable damage instead. That is a heck of a trait for an uncommon to have. And that uncommon also starts off with Flight, Running Shot, Pinsai, Invincible, and Leadership. For 90 points, not bad at all. Does later on get Sidestep with Range Combat Expert. Then that turns into Charge with Super Strength, Impervious, and Close Combat Expert. A very solid 90 points indeed. You may have to kneel before Zod. Now for a figure that I've been very excited to try to get on the team. I've had this figure in my collection for a while just because I liked it. I was very excited to find out he was getting a legacy card, and I knew I had to have it. We are talking about originally from the World's Finest set, and now from Masters of Time, number L047B, Ragman. I keep hoping for more Ragman content to come out. I don't know if he currently has a book or not, but I want Ragman to get some more love. Let's take a look at that legacy card. That's the best one. All right. Sorry for the glare. You know how these guys go. It does have the Mystics team ability, Gotham City, Justice League Dark, Shadow Pack, Mystical, and Soldier keywords. Comes in at 50 points. No range, but does have a special movement, a blank attack to start off, toughness, and exploit weakness. He does later on get steal energy, some probability control in there as well. And towards the end, he has phase teleport, steal energy, super senses, and probability control. And on the last dial, he does have a little bit of regeneration. But my favorite part about this character is his first trait, another scrap for the suit. Once per turn, when an opposing character is damaged by an attack, after resolutions give Ragman a soul token. Notice that it does not mention, it does not cap you off. Like some was like, oh, max of 2, max of 4. No, there is no max on how many soul tokens Ragman can get. Ragman modifies his combat values by +1 for each of his soul tokens. Now, that part, I believe, does cap out with the rule of 3. So I believe you can only modify his combat values by +3, but he can still collect the soul tokens. Moving on, you do have a second trait, which is Defender of the Weak and Oppressed, Punisher of Evil. Free, remove up to 3 of Ragman's soul tokens and choose 1. Heal Ragman, 1 click for each soul token removed. Or deal an adjacent opposing character 1 penetrating damage for each soul token removed. So there, it does limit you. You can only do up to 3 soul tokens, but still, that's healing 3 clicks or doing 3 clicks of penetrating damage. I should say up to 3, depending on how you're wanting to play that. Now, if you let him get those at least 3 soul tokens on him, he is now a 13 with special movement, a 13 attack, a 20 defense, and a 5 with exploit weakness. That's right. So you're doing 5 penetrating damage on the top for a 50-point figure. That is crazy. And then there is the special movement ability. It is, did you actually imagine you could escape me? Plasticity, sidestep, stealth. At the beginning of your turn, if an opposing character is within 4 squares, you may place Ragman adjacent to them. Given the right circumstances, I can just see Ragman being a menace on the board. Because, yeah, you could absolutely stack up those soul tokens, and yeah, I really want to see him in action. Now, that does come with the caveat that you have to hit. So that's why I feel very good about it with this team. Or not hit, you have to do damage. So we got some penetrating with Zod. We have some penetrating with Perdegaton. Peacemaker has the energy explosion. The odds of doing damage are good. But that is not the only legacy figure we're going to put in this team. Originally from the Justice League 52 set, and now from DC's Notorious, I think you know who's going to be. You're talking about Deathstroke. There is Deathstroke. Let's take a look at what Deathstroke can do. He does have the team player team ability, Arkham Asylum, Gotham City Underworld, in Justice League, Suicide Squad, Assassin, Martial Artist, and Soldier keywords. He's going to be 40 points on this team, has improved movement through elevated, improved targeting through hindering. He starts off with a blank movement, a special attack power, toughness, and exploit weakness. Now, that toughness is only a 16, so that does make him a little vulnerable, but don't worry, they gave him a trait to help make up for that. That trait is called I Killed the Teen Titans. Charge, sidestep. Free. Choose one to use until your next turn. Energy shield deflection or range combat expert, or close combat expert combat reflexes. So there, you're covered either way. I'm going to start off with the ESD and range combat to start. And then let's take a look at his second trait. He actually does come with the target trait. If you're not familiar, at the beginning of the game, for all friendly characters with this trait, give a target token to an opposing character. For all friendly characters with this trait, when a friendly character with the Assassin keyword KOs an opposing character with the target token, score 25 victory points. So that does have a chance of coming in handy because we do have Deathstroke, who is an assassin, and Peacemaker is also an assassin. And there is the special attack power you see on his starting click, which is Time Strikes. Blades, Claws, Fangs, Precision Strike. When an opposing character moves through one or more squares adjacent to Deathstroke, after resolutions you may roll a d6. Deal that character damage equal to the result. So very situational there. You have to hope that they decide they want to come up on Deathstroke or try to move past him. And he essentially gets a Blades roll. Yeah, I thought that was a pretty interesting take on it. Now, since we do have some assassins on the team, I do need to mention that we are going to have one on the sideline as well. Raish Al Ghul will be, the Prime will be on our sideline, mainly for the Demon trait. Sideline active, other friendly characters with the Assassin keyword, modify attack, +1. So it's free, gives you that little extra boost for Peacemaker and for Deathstroke. Since he's going to have that range combat expert, that'll make it so he has a 12 range attack, and I didn't mention before, but he does have a range of 7, so that's very, very nice in today's game where it's usually a range of 4. I'll take that all day. And that does leave us with our last 30 points. And for that, I went a slightly unconventional way for me. I didn't think I was going to use this piece very often, but it really does fit well for this build. We're looking at Masters of Time Common number 13, Black Hawk Pilot. And we're going to pair her up with Deathstroke. Let's take a look. Black Hawk Pilot. No team abilities, but does have the past, soldier, and vehicle keywords. Comes in at 30 points. Has a range of 5 with 1 target and does have flight. Comes in with the trait Formidable Resolve, Ace Pilots. When a friendly character with the soldier keyword is KO'd by an opposing effect, give Black Hawk Pilot a Formidable Resolve token. Free. Remove a Formidable Resolve token. If you do, Black Hawk Pilot and friendly characters they carried this turn can use super senses until your next turn. And then you'll see she has Running Shot, TK, ESD, and a special damage power throughout. And that special damage power is flying with Ace Pilots. Enhancement. When Black Hawk Pilot uses it, modify the attacking character's attack +1 if they have the vehicle keyword. Now, unfortunately, Deathstroke does not have the vehicle keyword, but he will definitely take advantage of that enhancement with the range combat expert. So now you are shooting with a 12 attack. You do have only a 16 defense, but you do have ESD. And then now you are doing 4 damage when he is shooting. For a 40-point character, not bad at all. Sees through the stealth. And then if you get into a situation where you need something up close, you can go ahead and let Blackhawk Pilot, you can go ahead and switch to Close Combat Expert and Combat Reflexes. Blackhawk Pilot can then go ahead and use her TK to throw Deathstroke up there. He can charge in, and with that exploit weakness, at least get 2 penetrating damage through. So gives you options, different ways to use Deathstroke. So there you have it. That is my take on a modern 300-point DC Soldier theme team. Let me know what you think, if there's anything you'd change, or if you think this team will have any success. But that has been it for me. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, this has been Clicks on the Side.